Well, representatives from the Golden State's Department of Agriculture in Washington this week working towards solutions for concerns about water, conservation, and labor. Sarah Mock connected with California's Ag Secretary in the nation's capital.
Well, the state of California is a long way from Washington, D.C., but today we have some representatives right here in Washington who are here from the State Department of Agriculture in that state to talk with federal lawmakers and build some partnerships. We're lucky enough to be joined by Karen Ross, the Secretary of Agriculture from California. Karen, what are your top priorities here in Washington this week?
Well, first just to see what everyone else is up to, but it's my first trip this year, now that Farm Bill is up for discussion, to just get a sense of some of the appointments that have been made, what priorities are. And we had a great session this morning, so we got to see the few appointments that Secretary Perdue has confirmed at USDA. They're great people. Obviously, they came from NASDA. But it's just, I'm checking in with some of our members on the Hill. It's really primarily Farm Bill right now. Immigration is a big deal for us with our labor situation and trade, and to really check in to see how the NAFTA renegotiations are going and what the opportunities are to expand trade. It's a high priority for California agriculture.
You've had a little bit of opportunity to connect with lawmakers and with folks at the USDA here in Washington. What are you hearing from them? What are they interested in working with the states on?
Well, they really want to have a strong collaborative relationship, and you know, one of the mottos for our association here is cooperative federalism, that we're your partners. I call us the boots on the ground, especially for a lot of the USDA and now FDA programs. So it's really, the tone is exactly the right tone, that they want to partner with us, that they really value state and local partnerships, and that they want to build these programs with us, not just dictate things down. So that's a positive tone, and we'll take full advantage of it.
Tech is obviously a big part of what California is doing. Is tech going to play a big part in kind of solutions to some of the problems that ag's facing right now?
Yes, it has, and it will play an even increasing role in a whole new way. A lot of it will be around automation. We are now, because of changes in our state law with minimum wage and changes in the overtime provisions, it's driving and accelerating the investment in automating every potential function we can, and even some of our most sensitive specialty crops. But we're also seeing that kind of precision improving our irrigation practices so that we can use less water, less energy, reduce our greenhouse gas emissions, using that in a whole way on regulatory issues as we do more monitoring for nitrates in groundwater. So it can be deployed in so many different ways. And then helping us to better understand our markets and plan exactly for the market as a way to eliminate food waste and reduce inputs. So the capability of what's before us in just the next 5 years is going to change so rapidly.
Absolutely. Exciting is a great word for it. Folks here in Washington from the National Association of State Departments of Agriculture, fighting for the future of agriculture. We're lucky enough again to be joined by Karen Ross, the Secretary of Agriculture from the state of California. We'll have more updates for you throughout the week from here at the NASDA Winter Policy Conference. Until then, back to you in the studio.
Well, thanks again, Sarah. Now, NASDA members in California and also from across the U.S. are seeking more funding for technical assistance on conservation as well as other issues in the 2018 Farm Bill. They say it's essential to the success of any number of NRCS programs.